Coming up on Mountain News this morning, communities across our region continue to work around the clock to recover after being devastated by flooding in late July. And as the temperature cools this season, county leaders work to help those who were left without heat after floodwaters tore through their neighborhoods.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Alrighty, 6:30. Good morning to you. It is Thursday, Friday Eve, one more day, and then it's the end of the work week. So we're really jazzed about that. Let's head over to our COVID quarantine in Letcher County. Brandon, good morning to you. I'm glad you're doing all right. I know you posted on Facebook yesterday about you having COVID. So we all been worried about you, but we are good that you are up and working. I know when I had COVID, if they they didn't even ask you to come back to work. You just did it. So you were like, I can work from home. You're a better man than me.
Exactly. And listen, here I sound worse than I feel. Yeah. But the thank you for the bless you. That was Steph in the other room.
I knew it.
Who is coming off of COVID too.
Yeah.
So this is a COVID house right now. So yeah. But she's more off of it than I am. I've still got a few days to go at this point. Let's take a look and see what's going on across our region right now. And you see at the London Corbin Airport, a little bit on the calmer, quieter side out there this morning. I think we've lost our temperature there. We'll have to see if the sensor went offline. No, there it is, 41 at the airport this morning, and in 39-degree dew point. Barometric pressure basically steady there at 30.09, so that means drier air in place for now. Joining the 39-degree club this morning is Irvin, Manchester, Middlesboro, and Jacksboro. The coldest spot in the region is Clintwood in southwest Virginia, and we've got Jonesville at 37. We've also got 49, the warm spot in Jackson this morning. So it's a chilly start to the day. Across the region, you see 55 in Washington, D.C., 55 in Myrtle Beach, 59, warmer spot in the region in St. Louis, followed by 58 in the Big Apple, 47 in Huntsville, Alabama, and 52 in Charlotte. Fairly quiet across this part of the country, at least for the moment. Breakfast forecast today as you head out the door. Temperatures a bit on the chilly side there, and we'll see those about 45, maybe a little bit cooler in some spots, and they'll climb quickly as the sunshine makes an appearance a little bit later on this morning. Dakota?
All right, Brendan, thank you. Well, the Breathitt County coroner says a body was found on a riverbank on Troublesome Creek Saturday. The Kentucky Department of Fish and Wildlife Resources called the coroner's office to the Clayhole community. Now, the coroner says he does not know if the remains were a man or woman due to decomposition. The body was sent to the medical examiner's office for identification. Now, 2 women are still missing in Breathitt County after the flooding, but we are unsure if the body found is related. And of course, we will keep you updated once a positive identification is made. The coroner says he hopes to have an identity by the end of the week. Kentucky State Police troopers are investigating a deadly crash over in Floyd County. They say the crash happened on Kentucky 680 in the Langley community just after 4:30 Sunday afternoon. An investigation found 45-year-old Jason Bailey of Langley was driving his 2016 Chevy Silverado when he left the road and hit a guardrail. He was taken to a hospital where he later died. State police in Rowland County need your help finding a man. This is 62-year-old Danny Bowling of West Liberty. He's wanted for sexual abuse, and they say the victim was younger than 12 years old. He's facing 7 different counts, and KSP says if you know where he is, you should call the Moorhead Post using the number you see on your screen. The Millstone community in Letcher County is working to recover after flooding. People who live on McCrae Lane were affected so badly that some of them had to tear down their homes. Fortunately, one couple was able to salvage theirs and repair it. Dean McBee says it's been amazing seeing it all come together.
And my neighborhood family has all come together, help each other, watch out after each other.
Well, many of his neighbors left right after the flood, but he has been staying in a camper, and many of his neighbors were glad that he was there to catch their belongings. It could be years before everyone impacted by July's flooding to be back in permanent housing. Housing Alliance officials based in Perry County tell us that dozens of homes still need initial work done, called mud or muck out, in many eastern Kentucky counties. Our Phil Pendleton talked with a woman in Breathitt County who lost nearly everything inside of her home, but believes she's been blessed since then.
We still got to get insulation put back in under the floor.
It has been a long 2 months or so for Betty Noble of Lost Creek, but she is grateful.
It's been such a blessing to have all of the people that came in, you know, and tried to help.
The late July flood put 3 feet of water in her home, despite that same creek now just a gentle trickle outside. A flood that nearly took all of her animals and did take the lives of some of her neighbors.
The water just came up so fast, and it was like a big wave that come up.
They've been living in a trailer, but the painting and finishing touches are being put on the inside of the house that's never seen anything like this in 22 years.
There was people that didn't make it, you know, that passed away, and they lost their homes and everything they had. At least I've got a home here.
So there are a few houses that need complete muck outs and then a lot that need just a little bit of extra work.
The Housing Alliance serves the hardest hit counties of Perry, Breathitt, Knott, and Letcher. They believe the process to get everyone back to normal could take 5 to 7 years.
There are people living in tents, there are people in campers and cars.
Overall, 1,900 homes need major work, and officials are hoping for all the help and funding they can get.
Getting it all fixed and trying to get me back into my home.
Noble says every day brings something new, like the new furniture in her living room today. In Breathitt County, Phil Pendleton, WYMT Mountain News.
Housing Alliance officials say more help and funding is arriving all the time, such as from the Foundation for Appalachian Kentucky, which provided a gift to fund 16 homes in the hardest hit counties. Well, for any Breathitt Countyans impacted by the flood who are in need of portable heaters this fall and winter, Breathitt County Emergency Management is looking to help you. Officials are currently making a list of people who have no source of heat or no electric to submit to the state in order to receive portable heaters. If this applies to you, you can call the Breathitt County Courthouse and give them your name, address, contact information, and the reason you are in need of a heater.
It's just amazing. I mean, and it has to happen. I mean, it's been cold here already some nights, but you know, this is something we've been working on for about a week, but you know, it just takes a little bit of time, or seems like it takes more time than it should, but you know, at least it'd be a big help.
Judge Executive Jeff Noble says whether you live in a home, camper, or tent, he encourages you to call the number you see on your screen. We'll also have that number listed over on WYMT.com. Well, fire season in Kentucky got underway this past weekend. Allie Blake has more on the restrictions being implemented for burning to keep everyone in good hands.
Kentucky wildfire season started October 1st and goes until December 15th. As new restrictions remain in place, it's important that everyone stays safe during burning season.
Nearly 2/3 of all fires in the state of Kentucky are the result of arson. It's important to know this season the difference between burn restrictions and burn bans. Bridget Abernathy, the Assistant Director of the Kentucky Division of Forestry, explains the difference between the two.
The burn restrictions are specifically implemented during our fire seasons, and that relates to what I just said with burning within 150 feet of the woodland. Now, if we have extreme fire conditions, so this is warmer temperatures, higher winds, and drier conditions, then counties can implement something on top of this called a county burn ban. And that is implemented at the county level, but usually by a county judge executive that is prohibiting all burning within that county.
Along with paying attention to changing weather conditions, it's important to make sure you remove any debris, including leaves and firewood, from your yard and against your home. In Frankfort, Allie Blake, WKYT.
The Kentucky Energy and Environment Cabinet says burning anything within 150 feet of any woodland or brushland between 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. is illegal during the fire season. Well, with the fall season here, Kentucky transportation officials are issuing an Antler Alert, aiming to warn people about the dangers of deer running out onto the roads. Those with the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet say from October to December, there is an increased risk of animals being on the roads because of mating season. They are cautioning drivers to stay alert, especially during mornings and evenings, and to drive slower through areas that have deer crossing signs.
We do try to put the signs up where there have been a lot of collisions. What drivers need to do is just slow down, be very observant, especially in places where they have seen deer in the past and they know that they're active.
H.B. Elkins with the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet District 10 says if you are about to hit a deer, you should never swerve or make any sudden movements that can cause you to lose control of your car.
Coming up on 641, we are looking at Buffalo Mountain and Perry County once again. Still a bit cool out there this morning. Let's take a look at that full screen, and you can see the difference between the home shot and the actual weather computer. 43 up there on the Buffalo Mountain. That's also in the same temperature there in Hazard this morning. 39 Manchester, Irvin, and Middlesboro. 37 in Jonesville. 36 in Clintwood. Still 49 in Jackson. A lot of spots have actually fluctuated a little bit with temperature. Some have fallen. Some have actually climbed up just a little bit there. Your out the door forecast for today, though, we are going to see, again, temperatures top out in the mid-70s this afternoon. Should be a fairly nice day with a mix of sun and clouds. Dakota?
All right, Brandon, thank you so much. The time is 6:41. When we come back here on Mountain News this morning, more details are released about what exactly was taken from former President Donald Trump's Florida resort. We'll have more on that in just a few minutes.